I'm Jared Deenda, and this is Snap-on Tools Great Garages. We're here at Sonoma Raceway in Sonoma, California, at Flying Lizard Motorsports headquarters, where the work doesn't just get done here, but also on the road. This is another Snap-on Tools Great Garage. All right, here with Keith Hankerson. Keith, how we doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. Well, as soon as you open the gate, you're greeted by this beauty and all this hardware.
Yep.
Tell us what Flying Lizard's all about.
Well, Flying Lizard, it's been around since 2003. The shop here is 3,000 square foot sections. Mostly we used to race Porsches, and we branched off into Audis at the very end of our two-car team. And yeah, so it's been a good run, and we keep growing.
You're running a full-on pro team that's won, we'll get to that real quick, how many accolades, but now you're giving all the information to these gentlemen that want to go racing.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of these trophies here are from when the Flying Lizard actually had Porsches. So we got at IMSA in 2014, and then Pirelli World Challenge since then, and that's when K-Pax came around, and we won a couple championships with them already, so it's been good, yeah. So, and then the customer program, we have 5 or 6 customers that have the Porsches that we run, and K-Pax Racing is off to Virginia International Raceway. We do testing out there.
You got Bentleys, you got McLarens, you got Porsches, wide variety of road racing, motorsports, cars, but the loyalty does lie in Snap-on Tools on the road, here in the shop.
You don't want anything breaking, you don't want anything failing, and the reliability is what they are. I've used all the tools that are out there, and by far, that's the only one that I would use.
Well,
that's
very
just the
well
way it goes.
said.
So,
Thank you.
Yep,
Thank you, and let's check out this shop, and then eventually we'll find ourselves at the racetrack, but let's check out Flying Lizard HQ.
Absolutely.
Keith, now we're on the other side of the shop, and I see a McLaren behind us. The evolution of what Flying Lizard has done, again, from Porsches to Audis, and now K-Pax going from McLarens to Bentleys. These are readily available for customer consumption now, right? I mean, that's essentially what you're trying to do with these vehicles, and while we're here, a guy's even getting fitted for one.
Yeah, they're last year's cars, 650S's, pretty much the same. The white one that we shot by before was actually a 12C that we converted into a 650.
The lines are sharp, they look good. What do some of your technicians do on the gentleman racer side of things?
We have another location in Sonoma that we have storage and also, you know, a little 2-lift shop. We kind of do a lot of the prep work there, and then we come over here and do the setup and get the cars ready on track over here just because it's conveniently located.
Looking at a McLaren race car, it looks like a spaceship. Can you define what the vehicles were that campaigned and now that are even for sale?
These cars raced GT Class Pirelli World Challenge last year. Pretty much how you see it right now is what we got it from McLaren.
Are you mandated to run a particular engine? What horsepower range? Or, I mean, because there's multiple manufacturers.
In the series, they do a balanced performance that keep all the different manufacturers still competitive with each other. As is, we can't really mess with the engine. We can't do anything with the gearbox. We can't do anything as that. I mean, we have certain parameters that you have to stay within.
Well, Keith, we've spoken about the car. Could we speak to one of your technicians that works on this vehicle?
Yeah, John Pollock's available. I think I just need to go get him. So.
Okay, yeah, let's do it. All right, John, how we doing, man?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. Thanks for having us. And I understand you're one of many technicians. You're currently here. You'll make your way to Long Beach Grand Prix, and you're kind of a hired gun. You've had a great relationship with Snap-on Tools. How and why Snap-on Tools for you?
I like Snap-on just because it's a great tool. You know, I don't have a lot of time to mess around with tools that work just okay. So, you know, in this industry, you really gotta move fast, and if something's just a millimeter smaller so you can get it into that space and it's gonna save you a couple extra minutes, that's what really counts.
That's a great way of putting it. Okay doesn't get you the trophy, doesn't get you the checkered flag. The McLaren is a higher tiered car. How was it working on those vehicles?
It's a lot different than working on your average street car for sure. You gotta be much more careful because everything on the car is carbon, so you can't just get crazy and start over tightening everything, otherwise you're gonna be spending a lot of time fixing stuff. So.
Finesse is a key factor in there, so having the right tool for the right job. What would you say your favorite tool is?
My favorite tool, it's actually the radiator pick from Snap-on. We have one right here. This guy, it works on so many different things.
It seems like such a basic tool. Why that for your line of
I know,
work?
it's kind of ridiculous, but I mean, this one tool helps to get your radiator hoses off. You can use it to pry on things. It's really smooth and polished, so it doesn't scratch anything. If you got a stubborn electrical connector or something, this thing helps a lot on all kinds of random stuff.
Right on. Well, Keith, right in front of us is your Porsche race car. This is where you really cut your teeth. This is where Flying Lizard really gained a lot of notoriety.
Absolutely. Yeah, this is actually one of our cars that raced in 2009. The last race it did was the 25-hour Thunder Hill.
But it's still getting thrashed around even by one of the team owners.
Tommy's. It's actually Tommy's car. He's an old mechanic himself, so the engine's actually out of it right now, just waiting for the gearbox to get redone on it.
When it comes to a team such as Flying Lizard, how often are you nut and bolting a car? Is that each session?
Like on race events, we nut and bolt at the end of the day. Always check and set up after each session. Make sure it's right where it needs to be, so there's no hiccups, no problems, and it's part of why we've had so much success.
Well, the cars always look great standing still. They look even better down on the track. I understand you have some gentleman racers down there and even a new customer with that McLaren, so let's head down trackside, right?
Yep, sounds good.
All right. Keith, thank you so much. Flying Lizard is definitely Snap-on Tools' great garage, but what makes you even a greater garage is the operation you do on the road. Understand, for you, Long Beach Grand Prix and the K-Pax team will be there.
Absolutely. We'll be all ready for you.
All right, right on. Next stop for us, Long Beach Grand Prix. Good seeing you, man. Thank you for having us here. We're in the pits at the Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach. The K-Pax cars are here.
Well, K-Pax has been around for many years. They've been racing in Pirelli World Challenge since 2007.
And K-Pax has become a powerhouse. Like you said, from McLaren's last year to these brand new Bentleys. I mean, the cars look great sitting still. They look even better on top of the podium.
Oh, yeah.
You know, but this is your freshman year with these vehicles. You got to get these technicians up to snuff. How has that been a struggle on this pinnacle of Pirelli World Challenge?
You know, I don't know if I would call it a struggle. When K-Pax came to us and we took on the McLaren program, that was an unknown car to us. And within the second year, we had won driver, team, and manufacturer championship. We've moved on to Bentley this year, which has been a really, really good program. Bentley's been super supportive. And it's just a matter of the guys learning the intricacies of this car and the engineers getting an understanding of what it needs. So we've been fast. The last race at COTA in Texas, we qualified 0.08 of a second off a pole. So I'd say we're pretty much on it. We'll be there.
Normally we're in a brick and mortar.
Yeah.
Great garage is mobile for you guys. You guys are kind of this nimble ship. How critical is it to have the right tools for the right job? Time is a championship.
Right.
Time is a trophy.
It is super critical for us because, like you said, our shop is based in Sonoma, but we are on the road. We run Pirelli World Challenge, we run some other series, we run multiple cars. You have to have the right equipment and it has to work. We have a lot going on, and without the right equipment and right tools, we can't make this happen. And we are traveling all year long with this whole program.
We're looking at the K-Pax number 3 Bentley, the K-Pax number 9 right over here. So what kind of horsepower, what kind of spec, if anybody's not familiar with Pirelli World Challenge?
So this is a Bentley Continental GT3 race car, specifically built obviously for racing. It's based off of the Bentley Continental street car. It's got a twin turbo 4-liter V8, well over 500 horsepower. Top speeds are upwards of 180 mile an hour if we have the straightaways.
I'm seeing a smile when you talk about this vehicle. You just want to get behind the wheel.
You need to hear these things when they fire up. It sounds good.
Well, at this time, I'd like to meet some of your technicians if I could.
All right, you bet.
Thank you, Darren.
You bet.
Here we are at the Long Beach Grand Prix. Tell us what you do and how long you've been with K-Pax as a technician.
I've been with K-Pax since 2013. I do pretty much all the stuff that needs to be done on the 9 car. These are new cars for us this year, so it's been a steep learning curve. We had some issues early on.
These cars are refined. How gnarly is it progressing from a young man to now here you are at the Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach?
It's been a long uphill battle, let's put it that way. It's been a lot of years trying to get to this level. I mean, this is really the pinnacle.
So you need a pinnacle tool, and from what I understand, you've been a Snap-on loyalist for quite some time.
Yeah, I've been doing this for 30 years, so I have a Snap-on box at home.
Yeah.
Triple bay, fully stocked, definitely the only way to go. You don't want to be breaking sockets. You don't want to be breaking wrenches and having ratchet gearheads strip out. You can't put a price on it.
What is the critical tool that you just love the most or you find yourself utilizing the most?
I really like the wrenches. The Snap-on has a good feel to their wrenches. They're smooth, they're easy to see which wrench you actually have. I just buy Snap-on wrenches and use them at home because I just like the way they feel.
Tommy, how we doing?
Doing well.
Last time I saw you, you were kind of, meandering around, working, thrashing, getting ready for this race. Here we are, Toyota Grand Prix Long Beach, 2 beautiful looking Bentleys. What's your role here at K-Pax?
So I'm the technical director. So I take care of the management of the cars and parts and tools, acquisitions, all the spending basically that has to do specifically with the operations of the cars.
Let me see your hands there. Are you a technician yourself?
I got some silicone on my fingers last night, working on a motorcycle.
How critical is it to have the right tool? As you said, you want to uphold a standard. To Snap-on Tools bring that standard for you and your operation?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of times things happen really quickly. And I can call up our dealer and say, hey, I need 3 toolboxes. I need them in black. And here's how, I need them delivered, blah, blah, blah. And they show up. I don't have a lot of time to shop around. And Snap-on has such a wide range of service tools and hand tools. I mean, we basically just switched to all Snap-on.
There's some logistical things that I think are pretty interesting. I looked into the tool storage over there and saw they had the yellow paint swipe. I assume these have the blue paint swipe. Are those kind of things that are mandated, instituted among all of the teams?
We've found other teams' tools like stuck in our grill where somebody might have left something on the car. We need to keep stuff organized because we have a lot of tools and they're expensive and they last forever if you use them right and treat them right and don't lose them. So.
All right, Tom, I got to ask you, as you said, you've kind of progressed to the office, but what tool do you find yourself utilizing the most? What's the most popular Snap-on tool in your hand?
I really like the digital torque wrenches because they're super easy. The guys are probably laughing at me that'll see this because they haven't seen a torque wrench in my hand in a long time. But I've got one at home in my garage. I've got one in my own shop, and they don't get to see me working on my own stuff. So.
All right, well, thank you very much for your time. You're right, those are very soft hands. You need to get another Snap-on tool in there. Thanks so much, buddy.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Well, Darren, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for utilizing Snap-on tools, and good luck this season.
You bet. We really appreciate it. Thanks.
Thanks for watching another episode of Snap-on Tools Great Garages. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Also, comment down below if there's any Snap-on Tools Great Garages you'd like us to visit.